Hello, welcome to the Hooded Little Tales to the Glorious House.
You can say it. You can say it.
Welcome to the Glorious House.
Good job.
You want to say it too?
Hey guys, welcome to Turning Little Cows to the Glory of God.
Okay, that's everybody but you.
Hey guys, welcome to Turning Little Cows to the Glory of God.
Hi. So, if you see, I realized after we shared the video, we have food on faces. That's what happens. Hey, Abigail, can you open that front door because it's really hot? Okay, so we just got back from a walk because we've been trying after supper to take a walk as a family. We live on a little cul-de-sac, so we've been out. But this guy came to sit with me for the video and he's sweating on me. So, anyway, and I have clothes behind my head. We didn't even, make the video good. Okay, so we did a video because...
That's an us video, though.
Yeah, this is a very us video.
Why are we doing this video?
Why are we doing this video? Because God did something really, really cool today. So if you've been following us on Facebook, you have seen that we were looking for the 15th edition of the How to Drive AAA book because Abigail is not taking driver's ed yet.
I'm not 16.
Maybe that one.
Naomi is taking driver's ed and we need the book. The book is not provided by the school. We're supposed to show up with it on the first day. And we have the How to Drive manual 14th edition, but that one doesn't count. State requirement is that we have the 15th edition. So I asked on Facebook if anyone I knew had it, because I know some of my friends' kids have taken driver's ed. And I even asked a couple of my friends. Some of my friends don't live in our area, and the driving book must have been provided by the school because they didn't have a physical copy of it. So maybe the mom couldn't remember if the daughter had it online or whatever. We have another friend whose daughter had lent it out to somebody. I wrote to her this morning. Her daughter had lent it out. They haven't seen it back yet. We have another friend. I was like, we're going to Ellsworth, which is 2 hours from us. So I wrote to her and said, hey, I know your son just took driver's ed. Could we borrow the book? And she's like, I'm not really sure where it is. And I was like, okay, we need to get this book. So I had asked on Facebook and someone had suggested the public library. So I was like, that's a great idea. The public library doesn't have it. So the friend that was in Ellsworth said, I'm not sure if we still have the book or if I put it in the donation box. And I was like, oh, great idea. Maybe Salvation Army or Goodwill have it and I'll go look. So we decided today. That was all this morning because, you can have me. You just can't keep jumping in the video. Real life here. It's bedtime. So all of this started today because we've been looking for the book. We were waiting for some answers on this. Okay, you can't be on my lap at the same time he's on my lap. Do you want to sit with your brother or your brother? Naomi, can you take a baby?
Good.
You're gonna go with Naomi and finish your chocolate chips. Okay, let me get this guy back. Okay, so anyway, we decided to go to Goodwill and Salvation Army to look for this book. So we got in the car, we went to Salvation Army. It is really hot here today, and I didn't want to drag all the kids into Salvation Army just to look for books. So they stayed in the car with Daddy in the air conditioning and got to watch a show. And I went in and I looked through all the books, and I found some great books. Oh, I didn't finish my story because of what happened. So the reason I got into getting this done today is because a really good friend of ours, Mary, if you're watching the show, thank you so much. Mary offered to buy us the book because she's just sweet like that. And I told her, I've got a couple things. This was while I was talking to friends. I've got a couple things. I'll get back to you later tonight. Because I don't want her to spend that money for the book because it's like $60. But I know she would have done it, and she's very, very sweet. So anyway, we went to Salvation Army. I found some other books that we were looking at things for like home improvement and being able to teach the kids specific things about electricity or plumbing, those types of things. So I did find a couple of those books, but I asked the one lady at the desk if she had seen driver's ed books, and she said no. And then she got into a whole discussion of all the things that public schools teach kids that they shouldn't be teaching kids. Did you finish them? He might need to go back with you. Go play music on the porch. So she went into a whole discussion of the things that schools shouldn't be teaching, and they should bring back sewing and cooking and making driver's ed part of the curriculum. But anyway, we had a whole discussion there. It was interesting. But I told her that I want to teach my children to be just happy with the body God has placed them in. And it gave me a chance to tell her about our YouTube channel and Josiah's stuff. And she was at the counter saying
stuff.
And she was at the counter saying, praise God, praise God. And so that was really cool because people got to hear our discussion there. right? You weren't in there, but it was a cool discussion. So anyway, we left there. We went to Goodwill. I went into Goodwill. Couldn't find the book.
They're all tired.
Asked the lady if she had seen any of those books, and she said, I've never seen anyone donate one of those books. So I guess in our area, people don't donate the book. So as I was walking out of Goodwill, there was a couple walking in, and they said, I agree, or something of that nature, to my shirt, because I was wearing my Jesus is Enough shirt, which is messy and has food on it, but it says Jesus is Enough. It's from Adams Road. So I mentioned to them that it was from Adams Road, and they had actually heard Micah's story about being on his Mormon mission and realizing who the real Jesus was, who the real God was, and he became a Christian. So they had heard that story. So we started talking. I asked them their testimony. They gave it to me. And I randomly mentioned to them, hey, I was in the store. Oh, because they said they had seen our car over at Salvation Army. And I said, yeah, I'm just looking because I'm looking for this book for driver's ed for my daughter. And at this point, I didn't know about the kids or anything. And they said, oh, our son just finished driver's ed. We have a copy of the book. Let's exchange emails because I think it's packed away in our homeschool box. I didn't even know at this point they homeschooled. So we got to talking about homeschool, and all of that to say, I met a very sweet couple that used to live here in Thomaston that recently moved. She found the copy of the book and she is bringing it to me sometime this week. I'm super excited about that, but it was really neat to meet some other Christians in the area that I had never met. It was really neat to hear their testimonies and just be able to talk about God there in the parking lot. So for people who don't know, because I know people watch our channel from all over the country. If you're from Maine, you know that there are not many people who go to church here. And even those who do go to church, there's not many Christians in that group. There are some people who go to church that really don't want to talk about God and Jesus, but it was really neat to meet a couple who did want to talk about God and Jesus here. I know when you're in Tennessee, you run into people that'll talk about God and Jesus all the time. We might not even be talking about the same God and Jesus.
Look and chat, bud. Look and chat.
But they want, like, there's a lot of people who are professing Christians down there. Here in Maine, not so much. He's tired too. And so it was really neat just to have those conversations today. And then the fact that I randomly mentioned what book I was looking for and they had the book was even cooler. And so I'm borrowing that book from them for the time of driver's ed, and then I'll give it back because they have another child coming up who's going to need it. But it was just an amazing, God let us have just a little sneak peek at, what he's doing behind the scenes, that we don't know these things that he's worked out before we even know what we need. So it was a very cool story. It was a very good day, right? And we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so that's pretty cool.
We're literally at 999.
999. So we're going to be doing a giveaway. So watch tomorrow. I hope to have that giveaway all set up. You could you could win a box of stuff from us. And from my friend who has their own homestead, and she's a mom of many kids, and she'll be donating stuff too. What are you doing?
This, and that, and this, and that, and that.
So they're tired, but we just wanted to let you know the cool thing that God did for us today. So we'll see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Everyone say bye.
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 Bye, you bunch of weirdos.